of course,
Boomer,
crew guy,
Lizzie.
riggers.
Yep.
I mean, chainsaw,
Wayno, absolutely.
Wayno. I
Yep.
mean, I can go on and on and on. Lizzie,
Yeah.
you know.
It's beautiful.
So it's been a growing process for me, and I'm just glad we're all still here together.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel the same way. We're very, we're blessed.
Very blessed.
And so everybody knows you as a touring musician and just a powerhouse. What got you and how did you discover your love for teaching? I remember a couple years back you were with your alma mater, IU, right? Indiana University. And I remember you had a great soul band that you had.
It's called the IU Soul Review.
Oh, the soul. I'm sorry. Yeah.
IU Soul Review, Indiana University, Bloomington.
It's killer,
Indiana.
man. And
yeah,
you
it
left
was
there. Are you still there? Or are you?
No, it was the I guess the previous director had quit suddenly.
Oh, okay.
And I got called in like what 3 weeks or.
I remember that.
Before.
Yeah.
That was crazy, man. I was like, "Are you insane?" Right. So I have one word.
What do you got?
Syllabus.
Oh, there it is. That's a big word.
Yep. I mean, academia is just like so different.
Yep.
You know,
but you did it. That's amazing. I mean,
yeah, I held it down for a year, and it's a it was the IU Soul Review was first established in 1971.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah, under the direction of Dr. Portia Mosby. Okay. And it is famous. It's mostly famous for its dynamic performances, R&B, soul, funk, and contemporary Black popular music.
Oh, cool.
And it's delivered by its commanding vocalist, powerful horn line, and tight rhythm section. That is the IU Soul Review.
There it is.
And man, I tell you, then you get to do like a 2.5 hour show as your final.
Okay.
At the end of the year. And I can put whatever program I want together. And I started from slavery.
Oh, wow.
On the boat coming over. Hey, man, I had to keep it real, man.
Throw right in there.
The boat coming over.
Yep.
And then I went all the way up to present day.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
That was a treat for those kids for that year for you to be there, because I also seen you take a whole bunch of students, whether it be 50-year-olds or 10-year-olds I've seen that you grab and you gravitate to. So I think you're a natural teacher. I know you're a natural teacher.
I just wished I had a little bit more time to get my feet in there. We were
busy with Billy too, right? We were busy.
Yeah, we're
traveling.
We're double dipping. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. It was crazy. And I was, my kid, I have a kid,
Yep. I remember Cody was in, you were bouncing all around and that's amazing. And, I think a lot of people, the teaching always comes second, but it was natural to you.
I couldn't continue because here I had to make a decision.
Sure.
I had to make, my motherly duties came into play. My daughter was turned 16, and I started seeing that she needed me because I was gone, man. I was driving 4 hours there and gone all week and come home on the weekend 4 hours and leave again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's crazy. Yeah. She's here with a babysitter, and it's like, so I said, if I don't get home and deal with my daughter and be in her life right now, I'm going to miss the most viable parts of her life. I'll never be able to get this back, ever. Yeah. Well, and that was the best decision I ever made.
You raised her good, man. She's a great young woman. She really is.
She's going to IU.
That's full circle, right? Full circle.
Because, I started in the Soul Review my freshman year.
I remember you telling me that. I don't think the people know. I think that's really funny that you went to IU, you started in the Soul Review, you taught it, and now your daughter's going there.
Yep.
How
She's
does that?
Going a full ride, man.
Well, that's cool.
The academics, man.
Yeah. Yep. Actually, I met Steven when he was in college, and I almost got him kind of kicked out of college, but that was a whole nother story for another day. How you doing, man? You still alive over there?
Yeah, we're doing okay. We did have a little bit of an issue. The stream did freeze up for people. So people are kind of jumping back on. I'm reposting. Some people have found it already. So you guys were just on a roll. So if anybody missed anything, you'll be able to go back and see anything you missed during in the replay.
Check Crystal out. She dropped some wisdom on us.
Yeah.
Hey man, I dropped some heavy stuff and you missed it, dog. No.
You dropped it good, man. I learned me
Carl.
something. Where's the snake? Snake. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh Lord. So
keep messing with me, man.
Oh my God. So, and here's the other thing too, because, we could talk all night and we appreciate everybody hanging. I'm going to hit you with one more thing and then we can have some questions. But so I seen, Crystal, the touring, great musician, Crystal, the teacher. And so I thought this was, another thing that blew my mind about you. I remember you talking about going to school for engineering.
Yeah.
You took it, I'm looking at your stuff right now, your monitors and I'm sure and so you almost reinventing yourself. I know you always recorded, but, explain to the people who really don't know, you dived in this whole thing, man. And, you've produced a lot of beautiful music and books. You have this whole thing. I'd love to talk about that.
Well, I was like, hobby thing. And then it got to a point where I needed to learn more.
Okay.
In order to advance, because I wanted to become a producer for independent projects and stuff like that.
That's what you wanted to do originally.
Yeah, and to work on the children's music, stuff like that.
Okay.
So I went back to school at this place called Dark Horse Institute while we were on the road. So I was doing that again.
I remember that. Yeah.
And that was the best thing I could ever. That's the best experience. I had all these young friends, gave me a little spark there, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that was the best investment I could have made at that time, because all the pieces came together.
Okay.
My instructor, Dave Hagan, and things that I was like, how do I get to that? How do I do this? How do I do that? Once you go in there, you read it, you learn it, and boom, all the pieces come together. Now my productions are better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can communicate better.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's just a whole new world now.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
well, I remember you were really, burning the midnight oil, learning as much as you could. And that's something about people always trying to evolve. That's a beautiful thing. And
the other part again too, with audio engineering, you have to put in the time. I mean, hours.
Yes.
You in here breaking it down. You know what I mean? It's like 13 hours, 10 hours.
Yep.
Stuff like that. Wake up. And my daughter has to go to school at 7, whatever. I went to bed at 6, getting back up. You know what I mean?
School,
7. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that being said, you put all those hours in, the outcome from those hours though, you have this series of children's books that were top ranked number 1.
I had
number 1 seller, right?
I had one number 1.
Let's see that.
Chicka chicka boom boom. Let me see.
Chicka chicka boom boom. I'll give you a chicka. I'll give you a chicka. There's a snake around here. Where's the snake?
Hey! I'll give you anyway,
no, that's cool. A lot of people don't know this. I mean, I think this is awesome. I love this.
Thanks.
Check this out.
Yeah. So this one here went number 1. That's Chicka Chicka Boom Boom.
Okay. How old? What's the demographic for? How old are these?
I do preschool up to 8-year-olds, something like that, And
nice.
Then there was Chicka Chicka 1, 2, 3, and he's got the whole world in his hand, which was pretty neat.
Awesome.
And
that's all done right there. That's all done in your studio.
Yeah.
Composed the music.
I track over at Dark Horse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I like to use live players. Right? So do the rhythm section over there, and all my overdubs and everything, vocals and everything else, percussion, everything else here. Mix here.
Awesome. So you mixed there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's been a nice project, and obviously you've reaped a number 1 seller, which is Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. That's cool.
Yeah.
You doing more of that? I mean, you like doing it.
Yeah, I love doing it. They throw me pieces, here and there. But yeah, I need to get back into it and get some more pieces done. This is a VHS. But yeah. Matter of fact, I wanted to do a reading for this lady named Melissa Boylo. She has our third grade class.
Yeah.
And I chose this book. Okay. And since I was going through some challenges myself, it's called When You Are Brave.
Okay.
And that's a book that I want to read to our third grade class.
That's great.
To give some inspiration there. So we're going to do that pretty soon, hopefully.
Yeah, that would be great for Melissa and her kids. And Melissa, she's the one from the upstate New York. She does the radio show on Sundays. Correct?
Songs in the Attic.
Yep. Her and Teddy, who's actually a great jazz drummer. Teddy. So they're great, and that would be great for her students. That would mean a lot to a lot of people. That's really cool. I'm not going to do anything because I have a pink shirt and I'm lazy. But Kenna said she was going to do.
Great.
What's that?
It would sound great reading a book to the children.
Oh, I'd scare them. I scare myself. You know what's funny though? I'm going to put my wife on blast because she was actually talking about doing something for Melissa too for her kids because she loves kids and. So I think I mean that's your whole book series though. I mean that whole thing in your studio again. You're just constantly evolving, and it's
thanks, brother.
Really cool to see.
You.
So I mean we just touched on a couple different things, but Stephen, I'm sure. I mean, you have anything you could throw at us? We can talk about and laugh at with some people, make it more interactive.
Yeah, I had a couple of questions. Unfortunately, we lost the chat from the first one, but I remember a couple of them. One was actually in regards to the fact that you guys mentioned that the band is like a family. But one thing that I noticed myself is that it doesn't really stop there, and it actually expands into the crew. So it's, the entire organization, is the family. So and I think that we have
too.
Yeah. And I know that they're lurking in here. They're not writing, but I know we have some of the Billy crew hanging out in the chat. So, somebody was asking about the crew for you guys.
What's that?
Somebody was asking about how the crew fits into that family and how you guys feel about the Billy crew. And, I know you guys are always very aware of, of them and their part being so integral into the show. So
I'll tell you what, we are only as good as our crew.
Correct.
That's all I can say.
I'm going to go absolutely. And then my thing is I remember rehearsing in Oyster Bay, Long Island, in 2005 at a car dealership. That's right. And the crew, it was Wayne and Chainsaw and Wayne, and they had their own language. I remember coming in there and I was like, I felt like I was coming into, like when you go to your cousin's house and you meet your cousin's extended family. It's like, okay, everybody's checking you out, and I remember Chainsaw and Wayne kind of giving me stink eye the first day. And, I'm like, and I came back the second day and they I could tell they were kind of still giving me a stink eye. I just remember the whole vibe of it. I'm like, wow, okay.
Man, they were just messing with you.
They were. And then Max and Boomer. Max was, our tour manager, and Boomer's our production tour manager. And them kind of give me, everybody starts giving me a little, pushing me, pushing my buttons like, oh, you can't have that. What are you crazy? And I realized that it was like this, for lack of a better word, there's like this functional family. They were totally messing with me. When I figured that out, I was like, all right, now it's on. It took me like 2 days to kind of get onto that. And then,
everybody went through that. Everybody.
Right?
I went through
it. It's a family. Too. It's crazy.
Everybody.
Yep. We're all protecting everybody. Everybody protects each other. It's great, man.
Yep.
Yep. And I remember, I felt like an outsider coming in. I was very standoffish. I was watching it, and I could see it was very, it's just family-like. So, and the other thing I want to say is I think the crew is more important and more valuable than the band.
I think the rigor is. Hello.
I agree.
I'm telling you.
The rigor and, and yeah.
We
could go on and on with the crew.
We could go on.
So hopefully we answered that.
Yeah. Got a couple comments just on that. David says, been to a lot of big shows. This is the only band I know that comes out pre-show and interacts with the fans. I think that's great. The family doesn't stop with the crew. It extends to the fans also, which is incredible. Nice. I feel very lucky to know some of these people, some for almost 30 years. That's from Mandy. Noreen says, awesome crew. Melissa says, thanks for the shout out, guys. Marianne, I love chatting and hanging with everybody. Crystal, we have a question from Nif, I believe is how you pronounce this. What is it like for you guys to be on stage with musicians like McCartney or Axl Rose or any of the other guests for that matter that you guys have had experiences with?
Wow. Well, Carl, you want? I mean.
You want me to?
I mean, I think each of us could have our own individual, feeling on that. It's first of all, we have to learn their song like at the last minute or something, which is exciting to me. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It's a great feeling. I don't have any other words how to explain that, man.
Surreal is how I feel. It's like a joke. It's like, oh, I'm showing up tonight, and it's like, oh man, it's funny because you don't know, and that's what I think. Crystal, remember we were asked a couple of weeks ago to talk about some Madison Square Garden memories. What sticks out in your head and so my guest, I picked a couple different guests. Of Sting, Chick Corea,
Miley Cyrus
singing New York State of Mind. She was the MVP.
She tore it up.
You and I both picked Miley. I thought that was hysterical. I'm not, me, I'm a jazz head. I'm like, Miley Cyrus? She came in with some phrasing that I never heard before.
Tore it up. I mean, she put her twang on Billy Joel's thing. You know what I'm saying? It was awesome. I was like, that's well done.
The excitement when they come is pretty amazing. And it harks back for me of that 12-12-12 Hurricane Sandy concert that, there was like 10 bands, the Stones, the Who, Springsteen, everybody brought their A game and we were off. We didn't play for about a year prior to that. We got back together and did this 12-12-12 thing. And I remember Billy hitting that stage and everybody was on 12 cylinders. Billy had this thing. He was the only artist in my eyes that brought 18,000 people into the garden and made it his living room. And he did make it his living room. And everybody else, my feelings, and I've said this a few times to different people, when now we start the garden run when we're doing the residency, and you do have these acts come in, it has that excitement of back to 12-12-12 thing. It's like, it's his home. I
tell you what, when Paul McCartney came in, flying in there.
Shay,
he comes down and he comes in just on time. Yeah. Eagle has landed. He's walking up on stage and I was like, hi, Paul. And he goes over and he goes, hi. And he gives me a kiss. Oh, on my cheek. I didn't wash my cheek for 3 days. You hear me?
I got a kiss from Christy that night, so I was happy too. In front of my wife. That's the one thing I hold over my wife all the time. I said, yeah, Christy loves me. Do you love me?
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, we could sit here for hours and talk about those. We're lucky because Billy. Who doesn't love Billy? They want to come. He's such an inviting cat. And I think the band is, for lack of a better word, man, we're loose. We, Tommy and Andy and Dave and Chuck and Mark and yourself and last but not least, Judas it's such a great, everybody, it's covered. Everything's covered,
I'm putting it together here. I'm putting it together. I see one consistent thread through this whole thing.
What do you got?
Keeping it real. Everybody keeps it real.
Yeah.
And you can't pull any crap over on anybody. You know what I mean? You gotta keep it real.
Yeah. Across the board. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keeping it real. That should be the next hang. Keeping it real.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what else we have there, Stephen? Do we have any more? Because Kristen and I are,
I did an hour.
Did an hour.
Yeah, we did an hour. Yep. Just going through the rest of the stuff. The 12/12 shows were unbelievable, great shows. Pure magic. No matter how many times I come to see you guys, it's always exciting, fun, and fresh. From Lori. Did have a question from William. I'd love to know if you guys have any, what happens backstage just before a show. Do you guys have any type of routines that are shareable? Yeah, I've seen it. That's pretty much it.
Where's the steak? What you see is what you get, right, Chris? There's no routines.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a good time.
Yeah. I mean, the guys are in their room. I'm in my room. I have my little meditation thing that I go through. I usually like to go out and say hello to my friends, and I call them my friends. They say fans, but they're my friends. And spend some time with them.
Mm-hmm.
Meet some new people if I can, sign some autographs. And I mean, right before I go on stage, every show, I don't know why, I get these little jitterbugs. Do you ever get them?
I do occasionally. I say I have a prayer after my prayer. Sometimes I get.
Yeah, I have these little jitterbugs. But as soon as we turn and we hit those stairs, it's gone.
Yeah. No, on stage it's gone. Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All those shows you've done, and you still kind of get the butterflies.
It's kind of like a hype, though. Get up.
And do you guys have any differences to your pre-show routine based on the venue that you're in?
No. I my whole thing is this: if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. This is the way I do it. That's the way it goes. Just like that. If I try to change it, it's gonna mess my groove up.
Yep. See, Crystal has a room. She has her meditation. I love hanging. Half of my friends are the crew. I'd say I hang with I'll go to production, hang with them, eat with them. The band, they're my boys too. But we just did sound check an hour prior to that. We sat in the van going to the gig, so we're already caught up. So after sound check, I get to hang with my crew guys, and we talk about fishing and boats and motorcycles and cars and so we all have our little thing we do. And prior to go on the stage too, I got this from Maynard. He had like a meditation and a prayer, and that sticks very close to me, and I do it every time. And it's just about positivity, and and you're right, man. It's crazy how things, the lights go down, and like for instance, our last outdoor gig in Mexico. That place was humongous.
That was awesome.
Different than the Garden. Yeah, right. What was it? It was an IndyCar track or something, right?
I love that show.
It was a great show. It was our last show.
It was cold. It was cold, but
it was freezing. Yeah, that was a fun night. And you and I flew back early the next morning.
I think Del Judas had an issue that night, didn't he?
There's always an inside joke. Yeah.
Woo!
He got over it though. He got over it.
Yeah, he did. He was a trooper, man.
Yeah, that's right. Oh Lord, Montezuma's revenge. Well, when Mexico stays in Mexico, especially Montezuma, he could stay in Mexico, right? Oh, see, I'm taking it left. All right, I got to shut up. Steven, what do you got for us?
I got Joshua says keeping it real from the top down. Nobody does it like you guys and the boss man, Josh Weeble.
Oh, Joshy.
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah. I knew they were out there.
Monitor engineer I've ever had in my life. I'm not kidding you, man.
He's the best.
Dude is dope.
Josh is our monitor guy for about, he's got to be going on 12 or 13 years easily.
I can't call him monitor guy anymore. He's ears. He's my ears.
Yeah.
I mean, love it.
Yeah. He's part of, so yeah, a lot of us have in-ears that, are molded to our ears. And when you go from a wedge, which is a speaker in front of you, to an ear, obviously it's a lot more personable. So if you have a monitor guy that doesn't really do the right thing, he can ring you out to the point where your career could be over. Tinnitus.
Been there. Been there, done
been
that.
there. We've all been there.
We don't want to mention any names.
Yes. And Josh is just if his thing isn't perfect, he's about trying to make it consistent, right, and perfect.
That's the word.
Consistent, right, and perfect. Consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes everybody takes such pride. His right hand man Jay is a wonderful. He's a great mine engineer also, and
yes.
They have everybody's best interest at heart.
Yep.
So Josh, thank you, bro.
And
we love
the
you.
professionalism.
Yeah.
He comes to my room every show. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And if I'm in there, we'll chat for a few. Yep. You know what I mean? Just talking, whatever. Maybe talking about the kids or family or anything you want to hear differently. It's just so professional.
Yeah. Professional and knows how to have a good time. I'm on the stage. I'm getting tangled in my wires and my horns are falling over and they're laughing at me. And there's Jay or Josh laughing at me, but helping me. So yeah, it's all good. We
how
love
about me talking about, because they got me a little foot pedal down here, so I could just hit a foot pedal and I can say something and I still look like I'm working, right?
That's great.
So I won't make any distractions, right?
So
I'm like, I can't hear myself. I need to turn this up. Next thing you know, Jay comes over and turns the volume up on my pad.
It's funny you say that. At least you that's not that bad though. You had the volume button. He did the same thing, but I wasn't plugged in. I didn't plug my jack into. He goes, hey, here, moron. You gotta plug it in. I'm like, okay. I'm a little stupid.
Oh man. Say, how long you been out here? Oh man.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yep. So we got Josh in the house. Anything else there, my man?
Yeah. Just a couple other quick people that have said hello several times. So I want to make sure I call them out. Thank you for the stream, Captain Carl, and the Love Train from Matthew. Marianne Bush, love when you guys go live right before you go on stage. Kim, the shows are always top notch. Very talented drummer Luis Alicea is online, says hey, love
Lewis.
you guys.
Let me talk about Lewis for a second. Lewis is my boy. He's on actually Ted Eye, my new band Ted Eye, and we just did a thing called what was the name of that, Steven? The marching thing I did. Sunshine City Brass. Did Down by the Riverside.
And say it again.
I can't.
Yeah, Sunshine City Brass, guys. You can't have a drink in you. But it's amazing because this cat, he plays with Al DiMeola. He's Al DiMeola's drummer.
Yeah.
And he's from Jersey. Now he lives here in Tampa, across the bridge from me. And he's very, he plays percussion, but he plays drums too. And he's very much, you and him have a lot in common. You're very open to different musics and different instruments. He's a bad boy. I'd love for you guys to play together.
Oh yeah.
That'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
He's a bad guy. He's a bad dude to check out.
Mm-hmm.
So, cool.
Very cool. I had one other quick one here. Came in last second, and then we're actually going to do a giveaway. We got from Matthew. He's interested in River of Dreams. How do you guys choose, or who picks out the songs that are played during the middle of River of Dreams?
It's a secret.
Yeah. Can't divulge that. Secretive.
Well,
Some
I
things
tried,
we
Matthew.
Can't talk about.
I never can.
What? Hey, you were muted. What'd you say, Steven?
Oh, I said I tried, but that's okay. Yeah. I asked the question.
Spur of the moment.
That's very cool. All right, so we got a giveaway we're gonna do. I've got one of Carl's CDs. In order to be eligible, all you guys have to. Well, you can use it, however you want to.
Use it as a coaster. What I use it for.
In order to be
buy the CD.
That's funny.
So, all right. So, what are you gonna give? What do you can't give it away. No one wants it. Why do you want it?
Sure, I can. Watch this.
Right,
watch this.
As a frisbee.
Yeah. All you got to do to be eligible is type the letter CF in the comments, and I'm gonna switch over, and we will give this CD away.
All right. That's simple. That's easy.
Carl and Crystal, you won't be able to see what's going on, but everybody type CF in the comments, and in about 60 seconds we'll do the giveaway, which will be about 80 seconds since there's a lag.
Yeah. So that being said, I'm gonna throw one more question at Crystal, and we're gonna wrap it up. So we hit on a lot of things, but what's the future look like? What excites you? What does the future hold, and what really is just exciting for you down the road? It could be anything. It could be we talked about music tonight. It could be anything from, hey, I'm going to go on vacation, or what really just gets you excited.
No,
painting. I like painting.
No, my daughter graduation.
Oh, cool. When is that?
Yeah, I mean, because it's such a trying time now, with everybody, with everything that's going on. No prom, graduation pushed back. Yeah. Maybe it's gonna happen. This is like, this is a turning point, major turning point.
Wow.
And I just know it's so tough for these kids right now. My heart goes, because and that's just nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? No. So, but I am looking forward to that, to see her walk with her cap and gown and her tassels. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
That's a beautiful thing.
And that's the near. I have to look in the near, because we don't know what's happening with this, how long we're going to be on lockdown or whatever. But that's my that's what I'm looking forward to right now.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to being with you again and being on a stage with you. I'm with you now. Come here, baby. But I want to see. I want to play music with you in person, hon.
Oh man,
I miss you.
I can't wait to stand next to you, man, and tell another joke.
We got. I needed this laugh. Steven, he laughs with me every day, but I think we all needed this. We appreciate you coming. Really, it means a lot to us.
You know what? This was so much fun, and I hope you guys invite me out for another one, another time, if we can talk about something else, if we haven't talked about everything already. But
with plenty, we could talk for hours, but
yeah,
we don't want to.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
No,
but thank you all, and thank the fans for all showing up tonight, and we love you, and we can't wait to get back out there and do what we do for you.
That's it, ladies.
God bless.
Crystal Taliefero and Steven Wright. As I break my desk, we'll speak to you soon, and Steven will let you take care of some housework. Yep. We'll see everybody soon.
All right, guys. Thank you. So, everybody that is still on, we have Edie King is our CD winner. So, Edie, if you can, or if it's Eddie, I'm sorry. But if you can, well, it's 1D. So, if you can, exactly. So, if you can shoot me a quick message in the chat, and I will, if you can send me an email at steven.wright@wtmchicago.com. I will get your address and get that CD out for you. Thank you guys all for joining. Sorry for the little hiccup in the middle there, but thank you for the people that joined back in. And don't forget, we do the Tuesday night hang with Carl every Tuesday at 9 p.m. East. The subscribe button is down there. If you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, you'll always get notified when we're online. And I thank you guys for hanging out. So we will see you guys next time. Peace. You guys can